श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरि ओम ओम अखंडानंद संबोधः वंदनात् यस्य जायते गोविंदं तमहं वंदे चिदानंदतनुं गुरुं. So we are seeing the what is Ishvara and what is Jiva through different systems. The Avachinnavada, the Bimba Pratibimbavada and Abhasavada. There, after explaining what a Jiva is and what Ishvara is, we took this part, the embodiment, which is a Maya, and inside is a Chaitanya. When we have the Maya as embodiment for the consciousness, then that is a Ishvara. When you have avidya as embodiment, two parts. So this is a different part. This part is a avidya embodiment, and when there is a consciousness inside, then we call it jiva. When maya is embodiment, then that is ishvara. When avidya is embodiment, then that is jiva. Okay. Now, or when we have maya as the mirror, then the reflection of the box in that is a Ishvara. If you accept a small mirror, avidya as the mirror, then the reflection of the box is a jiva. Okay. Now we have to understand one thing. When I said, let us take jiva. When I said jiva, avidya's embodiment inside, there is consciousness. Okay. When I say the consciousness inside, we have to understand something very clearly. When you really accept and acknowledge the consciousness inside, then that fellow is not a Vedanti. He is not a Vedanti. He is an idiot, actually. Because he is accepting the consciousness to be limited. Whereas if you say with respect to the pot, this pot, inside this pot, there is this consciousness. When I say with respect to this pot, there is inside this pot, there is space. Does that mean there is no space outside? There is space outside also. So the inside and outside are with reference to something. When I say with reference to the body, sense organ complex, then there is inside and outside. That is inside the body and outside the body. When I say it with reference to a room, inside the room and outside the room. When I say it with reference to the whole building or the whole house, inside the house, outside the house. So with reference to what you are talking about, with reference to that, the inside and outside terminology changes. Okay. But in reality, there is no inside and outside, because consciousness is everywhere, or there is only consciousness. When I float the spot, then the consciousness is as though limited, seen to be limited by the pot, the avidya. Okay, that is the difference. Now, whether I say as the deep sleep state or the anandamaya kosha, bliss sheath, or the causal body, they are all same. We said that. Now, after explaining the Maya avachinna chaitanya, which is Ishvara, and avidya avachinna chaitanya, which is prajna, after establishing that, he is now showing the Maya and avidya. What is Maya? What Maya is? Śuddhacaitanya, Shuddha Sattva. Avidya is a Malina Sattva. All beautiful words. Malina Sattva. Wow. Impure Sattva. And that is pure Sattva. Very beautiful it looks, right? So for that he says samaṣterapi api ca vyaṣtehe ubhayorvanavṛkṣavat abheda eva no bhedah jātyekatvena vastutaḥ abheda eva jñātavyah tatha īśvaraḥ. This is a very important thing, because we are in a erroneous idea, in a delusion that we are establishing two different things of Maya and Ishvara. Though they seem to be two different, they are not really different in real sense. That is explained here. Samaṣterapi api vyaṣtehe ubhayoho vanavṛkṣavat abheda eva no bhedah jātyekatvena vastutaḥ abheda eva jñātavyah tatha īśvaraḥ. Vastutaḥ, in reality, jātyekatvena, as there is only oneness in the class with respect to the class. This part and that part, I can explain it with one part, right? Why? Because both are part, and both are parts, I can use only one part. Jati, in class, they are part, okay. And when I'm bringing two mirrors, with respect to the class of mirror, one mirror is good enough to explain these things, right? Similarly, when I am saying Maya, when I am saying avidya, what are they really actually? Maya is pure sattva, very good. Avidya is impure sattva, very good. Again, what is Maya? What is Maya? Maya is samaṣti and avidya is vyaṣti. Maya is collective and avidya is individual, right? Now, whether you call it Maya, pure sattva, samaṣti, whatever, in reality, Maya is ignorance. Okay? Whether you call it avidya, impure sattva, or vyaṣti, individual, in reality, it is also ignorance. In the class of ignorance, Maya and avidya are both same. They are ignorance. What is the great deal about difference about ignorance? This is ignorance, that is ignorance. Ignorance, as ignorance, they are same, right? So he says, jātyekatvena, in the class of ignorance, samaṣtehe api vyaṣtehe cha ubhayoho vanavṛkṣavat abheda eva no bhedah. In both collective and individual, there is only identity and not duality. There is only non-duality and no duality. There is only identity. There is only one. What do you mean by that? Vanavṛkṣavat. The example is vanavṛkṣavat, like the forest and the tree. What is forest? Many trees make forest. One tree makes, it's called as tree. And if there are many trees, we call it a forest. Simple. So, many tree and in one tree, what is the commonality? Treeness. As treeness, they are both same. Similarly, as ignoranceness, they are both same. Maya and avidya are same. There is no duality. So he says, tatha īśvaraḥ abheda eva jñātavyah. Similarly, between Ishvara and Prajna also, you have to see only non-duality and not duality. You don't have to say Ishvara, Jiva, Prajna. No. Ishvara and Prajna, they are same. When I'm going to explain this sṛjati through some idea of some creator, then you need to have the idea of Ishvara. Otherwise, when I wake up, I see the whole creation, then who is the creator? I, me. Simple. Okay? You'll understand this later, in slowly. We are introducing you to ideas. I've already introduced to so many ideas in the past 3 classes. So let us go slowly. The thing is, you have to understand. So many ideas, 3 classes. True. See, Vedanta, many people think listening to Vedanta will give them liberation. Let me make you clear. Listening to Vedanta does not give you liberation. Not true. You have to inquire into it. Just listening to Vedanta like a story is not going to give you liberation. That is what these people, the Bhagavata people, the Mahabharata people, the Ramayana people, who tell stories of Ramayana or Mahabharata or Bhagavata, they do. Just listening to the Vedanta story is not good enough. We have to inquire. For inquiry, you have to use your brain. For using your brain, you have to have bits and pieces of knowledge, which you have to. It's like a puzzle, jigsaw puzzle. You have to place the right image in the right place. Over. That's all. So that is what he's explaining you. Okay. So satyupādhyorabhinnatve bhedastadviśiṣṭayoḥ ekībhāve taraṅgābdhyoḥ ko bheda pratibimbayoḥ. Okay. Now we understood the embodiment as ignorance is one. Okay. Maya is ignorance embodiment and avidya is ignorance embodiment. As ignorance embodiment, they are one. Okay. Now, this pot and this pot, what is it filled with? A space, right? Both parts are filled with space. Now, as potness, they are same. Whatever is filled inside, are they different? They are also same. They are spaceness. Similarly, in Maya and Avidya embodiment, whatever exists, whatever is seen to be embodied, that consciousness is also one. That is explained. satyupādhyorabhinnatve abhinnatve ko bhedaḥ tadviśiṣṭayoḥ. ekībhāve taraṅgābdhyoḥ ko bhedaḥ pratibimbayoḥ. Upādhyoḥ abhinnatve sati. When the embodiment, upādhyoḥ, two embodiments, the Maya and Avidya embodiments, when they are abhinnatve sati, when they are not different, when the embodiments are not different, embodiments of Maya and Avidya are not different. When you see as ignorance, they are same, right? So when the embodiments are not different, tadviśiṣṭayoḥ ko bhedaḥ. How can the embodied be different? When the embodiment is not different, how can that one which is embodied be different? When the embodiment of mirror is not different, how can be the reflected be different? Right? So, I don't understand. Okay, let me explain with an example. taraṅgābdhyoḥ ekībhāve pratibimbayoḥ ko bhedaḥ. taraṅgābdhyoḥ. Taranga means wave. Taranga, wave. And abhi means ocean. Okay. So, sagara, abhi is all these are same. Okay. So, when, okay, let me explain this. Ocean, waves, tsunami, foam, okay, have given 4 names and you immediately imagine, okay, huge ocean, right? Okay, understood. Waves, okay. Huge waves, tsunami, okay. Foams, okay. You understood all in detail, different explanations with different definitions. But when I say water, what are you going to imagine? You will imagine ocean. I will imagine foam. Foam is also water. Tsunami is also water. Wave is also water. Ocean is also water. They are all water. Whatever you imagine, you give different names. They are all water. Nothing but water. Right? So, water in the form of ocean, water in the form of wave, water in the form of foam, they are all same. If they are all same, then the reflection of sun in each one of them, will that be different? The reflection in the ocean is different from the reflection in the wave is different from the reflection in the foam. Will we say that? No. The reflected also is same. The medium of reflection is a same, ignorance. That which gets reflected, consciousness, that is also same. That is also one. There is no duality, multiplicity. That's the idea. ajñānatadavacchinnābhāsayorubhayorapi ādhāraṃ śuddhacaitanyaṃ yattatturyamitīryate. He is explaining that again. He says, ajñāna tad avachinna abhasayoho ubhayoho api ādhāraṃ śuddhacaitanyam yadu tadu turyam iti īryate. Ajñāna, ignorance, tad avachinna abhasayoho, tad avachinna abhasa, that reflection which is associated with that ignorance. Ignorance and the reflection associated with ignorance. They both, ubhayopi, they both, for both of them, ādhāraṃ, the base is the substratum is śuddhacaitanyam, the pure consciousness. Pure consciousness is the substratum for both ignorance and that which gets reflected on that ignorance. Okay, now tadaturyam iti īryate, that is what is called as turya. Turya or turiya is the name given for the fourth state. Normally when we say turya, we call it fourth state, though that is not a state, that is a given name for self, Shuddha Chaitanya. There is no state in Shuddha Chaitanya. With reference to different state, it is called as state. Let me explain. When we say Jagrata, waking state, Swapna, dream state, Sushupti, deep sleep state, Turiya, the fourth state. With reference to the other state, this is also called a state. Whereas this is not really the state. There is substratum for all that. Okay? Now, this is with reference to the avastha, the different states. With reference to the body, causal, subtle, gross, turiya. Okay? With reference to the kosha, the sheets, anandamaya kosha, and finally annamaya kosha, in between all the three koshas. Anandamaya kosha, vijñānamaya manomaya pranamaya kosha. Okay, that is the second. And third is annamaya kosha, which is the gross body. Anandamaya kosha, whether you call it anandamaya kosha or subtle causal body or deep sleep state, they are same. Whether you call it vijñānamaya manomaya pranamaya kosha, subtle body or dream state, they are all same. Whether you call annamaya kosha, gross body, wake up state, they are all same. Turiya is common in every place. There is no different name in each state, each category. Okay, so that is what is called as Turiya. That Shuddha Chaitanya is given the name Turiya. Okay, etadevāviviktaṃ satupādhibhyāṃ tadguṇaiḥ mahāvākyasya vācyārtho viviktaṃ lakṣya iṣyate etadevāviviktaṃ satupādhibhyāṃ tadguṇaiḥ mahāvākyasya vācyārtho viviktaṃ lakṣya iṣyate. He is introducing you to the Mahavakya and the vācyārtho and lakṣyārtha. Mahavakya, okay, the supreme statement, the ultimate statement. Vācyārtha means the direct word meaning, the word meaning, vācyārtha word meaning. Lakṣyārtha means implied meaning. We'll come to all this in detail. We'll see all this in detail later, but we are introducing you to the idea now. Okay. Upādhibhyāṃ tadguṇaiḥ cha, through the embodiment and its attributes, the attributes of the embodiment. Okay, the embodiments and its attributes, the Shuddha Chaitanya, Malina Sattva, etc., Shuddha Sattva, Malina Sattva, etc. Aviviktaṃ sat, that which is not separated. Etadeva mahāvākyasya vācyārtha. This is what is, if it is not separated from the embodiment and its attributes, that is what is the bird meaning of the Mahavakya. Okay. Viviktaṃ sat, if it is separated, then that is lakṣya iṣyate, that is implied meaning of the Mahavakya. Okay. Now, what is Mahavakya? How many Mahavakyas are there? We have to understand that first. How many Mahavakyas? Immediately, people who have studied Vedanta a little bit, they'll say there are 4 Mahavakyas. People who said 4 Mahavakyas, they are both right and wrong. How can they be both right and wrong? You only negated that they cannot be both right and wrong at the same time. Yes, I am establishing it also. How can you be right and wrong at the same time? You are right because of your limited knowledge. You are wrong because of your limited knowledge. How? These Mahavakyas, the 4 Mahavakyas, are those which are also initiated while they are given as initiation while you take sannyasa. Okay. These four Mahavakyas, when we say 4 Mahavakyas, they are just a sample from each Veda. One Mahavakya from one Veda. 4 Mahavakyas, 4 Vedas. Okay. 4 Vedas, 4 Mahavakyas. Simple. But in reality, there are multiple Mahavakyas, innumerable Mahavakyas. How can there be? To understand that, we have to understand what a Mahavakya is. Jiva Brahma abheda bodhaka vakyam Mahavakyam. The statement which established the identity between the individual self and the absolute self. Akhandartha bodhaka vakyam Mahavakyam. The statement which establishes the non-duality is Mahavakya. Okay. The statement that which establishes non-duality, the statement which establishes the identity between individual self and absolute self is Mahavakya. Okay. So there are so many Mahavakyas. Though there are multiple Mahavakyas, we take only one Mahavakya as a sample for inquiry, which is Tattvam Masi. Not Tattvam Masi, Tattvam Asi. Tat means that, Tvam means you, Asi means same, are. You are that. That is the meaning in English. You means Jiva. That means Ishvara. Okay. when I say you, if I am referring to the consciousness in association with the embodiment, then that is the word meaning of you. If I say that, when I am meaning the consciousness along with its embodiment of Maya, that is the word meaning of you, that. For the word meaning of you, Tvam, consciousness associated with Jiva, avidya. When I say Tvam, Tad, that, consciousness associated with Maya. Okay, that is the word meaning. Now, when you say you are that, you are Ishvara, how can I be Ishvara? I can never be Ishvara because I am limited and he is unlimited in every aspect. So this is the simplest of doubt which we gain because of the non-understanding of the idea. We are not equating the word meaning. We are equating the implied meaning. What is the implied meaning? When we remove viviktaṃ sat, that is what he says. Viviktaṃ means when we separate the Maya, consciousness remains. When you separate the avidya, only consciousness remains. That consciousness is one and the same. That is the implied meaning. When you explain it with association with Maya or avidya, that consciousness is the word meaning. When you explain it by separating it from Maya and avidya, that consciousness is the implied meaning. Okay, that is what is said here. The word meaning is a Maya associated consciousness for that, and avidya associated consciousness for you. Okay. Now, the implied meaning is a consciousness for that and consciousness for you. They are same. Okay. We are going to explain this in detail. We are going to see this in detail later, because without understanding this, you will not be able to understand Vedanta. So Vedanta is basically established through this. So what is this? Okay. Anandamaya kosha is established. Now we have to explain the other koshas also. But basically, for explaining the other kosha, we have to establish the Ishvara. So he is explaining the Ishvara. anantaśaktisampanno māyopādhika īśvaraḥ īkṣāmātreṇa sṛjati viśvametaccarācaram. anantaśaktisampanno māyopādhika īśvaraḥ īkṣāmātreṇa sṛjati viśvametaccarācaram. anantaśaktisampanno. Who is Ishvara? anantaśaktisampanno. Ananta, unlimited. Shakti, power. Sampanna, associated. One who is associated with unlimited power. That is what is Ishvara. He has absolute power, absolute knowledge, absolute power, absolute desire, everything in totality. That is Ishvara. When everything is limited, that is Jiva. Okay? So, one who is endowed with absolute power, māyopādhika, and one who has as embodiment Maya, upādhika, one who has as embodiment Maya, Ishvaraḥ, that Ishvara, ikṣāmātreṇa, iksha, the word iksha is to see. Normally the word iksha, etc. is to see. Here that is not how you understand. We see, think this. In every religion, the creation is explained. That is the metaphysical thing that we have to explain. In every religion explains this. But there can be no questions regarding the creation. But here we can ask questions and we have answers for that. And finally, we are going to say also this is not important. And though these answers are something which are in tune with the scientist explanation, we don't care actually. The scientists think that these are all some stupid explanations. In fact, in reality, we know many things which the scientists are unaware or are just understanding now. We'll come to that later. Now, ikṣāmātreṇa, that is what is the point. ikṣāmātreṇa means seeing. Where does this word come from? Sa īkṣate bahusyāṃ prajā that's one statement. Or sa īkṣate ekoham bahusyāmiti, that's the second statement. Sa īkṣate bahusyāṃ prajā it saw and decided to create multiplicity, multiple creations, multiple jivas. The second statement, sa īkṣate ekoham bahusyāṃ, it saw, I am alone, let me be multiple. Here the idea, the word though is ikṣana, we translate it as he saw. In reality, it is he decided, he contemplated, he decided. Sankalpa, he willed. That is what is the idea here. He willed, okay, let there be multiple creations. That's all. He does not need to do anything. Because his satya sankalpa, satya kama, satya sankalpa, we just saw that. His desires are, they come true, and his will, they come true. Whatever he wants, just that idea itself is enough. Over. He does not need to think, okay, should I mix this chemical with that chemical and that chemical to bring this or that? No, there's no need. Over. But that is too bad. Why? This fellow desired, let there be creation, and we are troubled. We have to study all this and understand this for liberating ourselves from this, his desire. To liberate ourselves from his desire, because his desire is the cause for our birth, right? No. That is not how it is. He desired, therefore we are created, true, but that just because of his desire, we didn't come into existence. We came into existence because of our karmas. Where is the karma? In the beginning of creation. That's the stupidest question. Though there may not be this creation, there is another creation. They say in science, recent scientist development, they say they are hearing the sound of a new universe being created. I don't even understand what they want to say. I don't know whether they understand themselves. The thing is, in Shastra, there are multiple universes. They see in science fiction movies, they say parallel universe. We have multiple parallel universes. You may be in Kali Yuga here. There may be Satya Yuga. There may be Treta Yuga somewhere. Dwapara Yuga somewhere. In fact, Kali Yuga in different variants. Somewhere Kali Yuga just began and somewhere Kali Yuga is going to complete. They're all possible. So many creations. Okay. So, simplest of example is just 2 days ago there was an eclipse, solar eclipse. There is a Rig Veda statement which explains this eclipse. Rig Veda, according to the academicians, we don't accept it like that. We don't accept a beginning date for Veda. But the academics people, they say the Rig Veda is before 5000 BC. Okay, 5000 BC plus 2000, 7000 years at least 7000 years ago, they wrote. What did they say? This sun, this moon, which shines because of your light, talking about sun. Oh sun, this moon, which shines because of your light, is blocking your light and eating you as though, creating this eclipse. 7000 years ago. And these people understood that the earth, the moon revolves around sun, earth, and the earth revolves around the moon, sun, etc. All that now. And it is said 7000 years ago, at least. And next year, what and all eclipse will take place, they cannot say now. But in the almanac, like day after tomorrow, we have a new year. Yesterday was New Year for one group of people, and it is based on the moon calendar or the solar calendar. Okay, there are two calendars: lunar calendar and solar calendar. So some people they have the New Year yesterday. They call it Ugadi. Then we have it on April 14th. Okay, we follow on April 14th, Tamil New Year's Day. Now, from that day, we have another calendar. We'll have an almanac for Panchanga for the whole year. And whatever eclipse will be visible here will be printed. And the calculations are so beautiful that you can generate almanac for the next Panchanga for the next 100 years. And you can calculate when and all, where and all that eclipse will fall and can be visible and all that. You can generate it automatically. So beautiful a calculation. They come and tell us, your shastras are useless. So, īkṣāmātreṇa, just through the will, desire. Characharam etad vishvam sṛjati. He creates this chara and achara, the things which move and the things which does not move, the mobile and immobile things, everything. All that creation, whatever you see in the creation, sṛjati, he creates. We'll see this. Okay. Om Purnamadaః Purnamidam Purnāt Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevāvaṣiṣyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.